let's just think about what we could do with software in the world of pen and touch. This is a new application for Promethean. It's a noteboard application. It exploits the ability to use both your hands and pens together to make quite an intuitive and interesting software. I'll just navigate through some sample ones here. Won't really matter. These are boards I've made before. I'll click on here. Let's go open up. Might not want this one, so I can just click this one icon here. Go new board. Let's just see what we've got here, though. Not a lot. 2 icons: a home icon and a menu icon. Nothing else. We don't need anything else because of the way the software works. A canvas. I can use the familiar gestures you would see on a device or a tablet. Zoom in and out. And I can use a pen as the tool that it is, pen. So I'm going to write about the Romans. I'm doing a collaborative brainstorm with the students. I've created an object there. I can resize this, talk about it, emphasize it. If I wanted to extend it and say a little bit more, Romans in the UK. That's now added into that block. That's now the focus of our discussion. I can tap it. I've got options for that object. Just tap it with my finger. Start the word seed. Now if you've got an expression device, I can use this to capture ideas from a whole class all at the same time. This is collaborative concept mapping. It's different from an individual mapping out their own ideas. This is a group working together. So I'm going to type in the word wall. And of course, a whole class could be doing this all at the same time. I've sent it in. I'm just going to stop the word seeding now, but it would have continued in the same vein with all the student ideas. And a connection's been made between Romans in the UK and the concept wall. In fact, I could show who'd sent that, so I now have the name. And I can hide that again if I touch it. So I could say to that person, could you explain their thinking? Other ways I could put ideas on here is just to use another pen. So we've got wall, another one might be road. To connect those ideas up, I simply create a line between them. I might want to create a connection between these two because they're things that are physical and made. If I want to delete a connection, I do this. I'm doing this without having to click lots and lots of menu options. So this is using the combination of pen and touch to really solve some of the kind of problems about usability in software. Using the mode switching between pen and touch to have different functions. So Romans in the UK, I might want to talk about law and order. So we put law. We might want to expand that further. We could ask people to provide examples of that, those concept map together, those as well. And I could build up this idea map over this canvas. If I wanted to bring everything back together, there's only one button to press. It centres on everything that's been captured so far. So this is just one of the applications Promethean's developing to work with the new 500 Pro board. Many interesting ideas in here, particularly the kind of uber ease of use and the ability to collaborate in unique ways with devices which traditionally might have just been seen to answer kind of closed questions. These could be used quite creatively. Teachers have already commented immediately about using this in poetry and things like that, where they can see it used to generate keywords and concepts. They can use it to explore topics. We could expand more the idea of the wall there and build a very rich set of data very, very quickly. To recreate that kind of collaborative concept map with traditional technologies would be difficult. You'd have to be moving files around multiple computers. You'd have to have either a lot of computers available and use something on the internet. But even then, it might not be as intuitive and as easy to use as this. So one of several new and exciting applications to see for Promethean in the future.
That's right.